Hey guys, Desolator Magic here. Hi Frank. Oh, Frank knows. You know what else he probably knows about? This suspicious bookcase, and if that looks suspiciously familiar, that's because it's a reprint from M19. Weird. So, just a 0/4 colorless 2-cost artifact wall. It has Defender, and if you pay 3 and tap it, target creature can't be blocked this turn. It's actually quite an annoying card. Next up, I'm glad this is the second one in order. Luxior, Giardia or whatever. Is it Italian? Is it Spanish? Nobody knows. Big G's Gift. There you go. Luxior, Big G's Gift. I'm sure on the streets of New Capenna, he goes by Big G. Or G Money. Or she. I don't know. Giardia? What is that? Anyway, it's a 1-cost legendary artifact equipment mythic. You know how I said I wanted them to reprint Godsend? I think they said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to give you this instead. And my gosh. So equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. So you already have to have a creature. It already has to have not been blown up. And you already had to pile a ton of counters on it. And then you're just doubling it. This is effectively an equipment that grants double strike, but without the first strike portion. Okay. But it's equip 3 and then equip Planeswalker 1. What? Guys, I'll tell you right now, I'm questioning whether or not I should cover the rules changes announcements that accompany every set release, because they have made up so much crazy crap. They're going to rewrite half the rules. So yeah, now you can equip Planeswalkers. Anyway, equipped permanent isn't a Planeswalker and is a creature in addition to its other types. Oh, and then in parentheses, I actually missed this the first time I read it. Loyalty abilities still can be activated. How does that work? It's not a Planeswalker. Oh, there's 30 rules they have to rewrite. So, I mean, we get how it works. It's a hot mess and they're trying something new. Whatever, I can get over it. What I can't get over is the fact that they're now referring to counters as any type of counter without using the phrase any type of counter. It was just a disastrously careless, stupid mistake for them to call, loyalty counters, charge counters, lore counters, whatever counters, and then just call counters counters, instead of calling them +1/+1 counters. So now counters are counters, but other counters are counters, except some of the time randomly. You know how they have like an official Oracle text, like a template, like a format, so that every card that works the same way is worded exactly the same? Well, that has some holes in it. So here's the thing. Okay, it becomes a creature and loses Planeswalker type. Well, that would by default make it a 0/0. So the +1/+1 for each counter on it must refer to loyalty. Otherwise, you would equip this to a Planeswalker and it would just die. So it has equip Planeswalker 1 and then equip normal creature 3. I think that's a little nuts for a 1-drop. I'm just saying. It should either cost 2 or 3 mana and remain at 3 and then not equip to Planeswalkers, or the equip cost should be way higher because, I mean, this is basically equipment that could boost something like +5/+5, +7/+7, +10/+10, but only if it already has that. It's the Planeswalker portion that's the problem. An equipment that grants double strike, it's usually more expensive than 1-drop equip 3, just saying. And like I said, this is basically double strike, but without the first strike, because it effectively doubles its power and its toughness, by the way. So it's not really better or worse necessarily, because with toughness, it's almost the same end effect. They're probably not going to kill you if they block. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this with Lulth, I mean, compared to War of the Spark when that crap got out of the game via cycling out, okay, we lost a lot of stupidly broken, overpowered crap, like Teferi, I think he was in there, and some Chandras, and yeah, there's really not that many good, powerful Planeswalkers around still, and I'm very happy about that. But black-blue or black-white Lulth decks, like all in, I'm going to kill you with, nothing but board wipes and Planeswalkers and manlands. I am so sick of that deck archetype. They need to start banning manlands, and I wouldn't even care if they banned Lulth at this point, because they run Liliana, and I mean, I don't need to explain it to you. If you've played Standard, you know what's up. So this with that, utterly ridiculous. By itself in a normal, properly powered Standard, this would just be a neat card, but I can't get over the fact that it's a 1-drop. And then 1 to equip. That's ridiculous. If a Planeswalker's been out for a while and you +1 them a little bit, you could just swing for like 7. So pretty overpowered. I've seen worse, and at least they made it legendary. Next up, yeah, almost all of them today are in a different language. So we got Escribiente Vampirica. It has flying. It's a Vampire Warlock, 5-cost 2/2 uncommon. Ooh, must be good then. And whenever you gain life during your turn, put a 1/1 oh god, it's flying a Johnny's Primate. Put a 1/1 counter on Vampire Scribe, and whenever you lose life during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on Vampire Scribe. I feel like they could have said whenever you gain or lose life during your turn, put a 1/1 counter on this card. How did they not consider that? So I mean, pretty good, but see, that's the thing. This starts as a 2/2, and it's a 5 cost. It is flying, and there's a lot of good, mileage out of flying creatures right now, but boy, it's going to take a while to make this good. But it's going to get out of control slowly. I was going to say quickly, but that 4/4 where every time it hits, it doubles its power and toughness? That piece of crap with Ward? I'll take this over that any day. This actually gives you time to breathe instead of, basically by next turn you've already lost. So next up, Black Market Tycoon. I'm more of a roller coaster tycoon guy, but sure. So it's a 2-cost green blue cat rogue creature 2/2, and at the beginning of your upkeep, Black Market Tycoon deals 2 damage to you for each treasure you control, and then tap it and create a treasure token. They made this a rare. I mean, if you give him lifelink, it'll offset it. I'll just throw that out there, but I don't think there's a way to do that right now outside of black and white. I could be wrong. There could be a colorless one. I thought I remember like an overpriced Shadow Spear or something, but yeah, I mean, if he creates a treasure, you can build it up. So over 3 turns, you can build it up, but you will take half your life total in damage just about by then. So it's really a glorified mana dork, except you can only use it that turn or you're going to regret it. But see, doesn't it sound like they're just going to get a dragon out 1 turn sooner? But then it keeps coming back to me like, yeah, they have the ones that say whenever you spend a treasure, it summons with more counters on it or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know if this would be worth it. But it's like a risk I'm not willing to take and I don't want them to take. So I don't want this in the game. And also it doesn't look very good. That's just, it screams they shouldn't have printed this. So next up, a bunch of mistranslated cards. Hostile Takeover, maybe. It's 5 cost blue, black, red. Sorcery, and up to 1 target creature has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Up to 1 other target creature has base power and toughness 4/4 until end of turn. Then Hostile Takeover deals 3 damage to each creature. That is weirdly roundabout, but okay. And you'll have trouble killing stuff with counters on it to an extent, so I get it. It's kind of interesting, but for 5, that's all it does. It's not even instant speed. I don't know. It should be interesting, I guess. I mean, it's not overpowered, but it's also like not good. You gotta dial it into the middle there. Next up, Arc Spitter. It's a 1-cost artifact equipment, colorless. Okay. Equipped creature has pay 1. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature that's blocking it. Oh, I get it. It's an Arc Tommy gun. Then equip 1. So the one mechanic I can never remember the name of, they basically brought it back in this form, so that's kind of cool. That whole whatever blah 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 blocks something happens, I kind of like that because it was kind of neat. Next up, Ceremonial Groundbreaker. Nice. So it's a green-white equipment. I'm starting to think the citizens have factions or something. I don't know. This isn't purely a 3-color set, which is good because 3-color sets are awful. So equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has trample. Equipped citizen 1. Oh, there you go. I didn't even read that. I legit just said that before I looked up the translation. Anyway, equip 3 to like a normal non-citizen. Well, the citizens are pretty small, and if you think this is, pun very much intended, gonna dig you out of that situation, no. So next up, Korean Dog Lady. Okay, it's Handsome Outlaw, which, no it isn't. Just in case, like, English ain't your thing, you don't call a female handsome. That's like guapo versus bonita, okay? Like, es muy diferente. So, you know what? I'm gonna make up a translation. I'm gonna call it Thunder Thigh Dog Lady. Anyway, it's a 6-cost vampire rogue, 3/5, or 4/5, I can read. And when Thunder Thigh Dog Lady, or whatever I just said, enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you scry 2. Kind of nice. And if you pay 2, exil, as they translated it, it's probably exile. Handsome Outlaw from your hand, target land gains. Tap it and add 1 blue, 1 black, or 1 red for as long as remains. This is a fine quality translation. You may cast Handsome Outlaw as long as it remains in exile. This is weird, and it's a common, and it's kind of crap. Next up, Depopulate. Oh, if this ain't a board wipe. Okay, double white, 4-cost sorcery rare. Come on. When you just know, okay, I don't speak Korean, but I just know things are about to be blown up. Oh yes, each player that controls a multicolored creature draws a card, then destroy all creatures. Nice. I've got to say, this isn't a story spotlight card, and the last time we had, what was it, Divine Judgment, or that's Supreme Verdict. Yeah, that one. Haha, solved it on the fly. It was like a theoretical. It was like what could happen if, I don't know, Jace didn't do something and something about mazes. I don't know. So, okay, not every card really happened, although I can't think of a single other example, but the flavor text is no screams rang out, no blood-stained stains probably in the street. In an instant, the bustling metropolis simply fell silent. And it's called Depopulate. So, what? But also another board wipe, and it's white, so people can just play black-white, or black-white-blue Manland Planeswalker trash. So, hooray! But besides that, yeah, okay, I'll take it. I like board wipes. The Great Equalizer, and it takes an even greater Magic player to know when to cast it. So, does it go nuclear? I mean, honestly, the last chapter of the story is probably already out, but, interesting card. Next up, Stimulus Package. Wow, that's a no-no word to stupid lefties who keep voting Democrat. But anyway, 4 cost green-red, aka Christmas colors. Enchantment, and when Stimulus Package enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. Wizards, can we stop with the treasure tokens? Everybody is sick to their ass of these stupid things. Anyway, it also has sacrifice a treasure, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Spending money to bribe people and get them on your side. I can't believe liberals are that tone deaf to put that on a card. So next up, Rooftop Nuisance. We all know that translates to the legendary Roof Koreans. They are just going to stand idly by during the riots. Anyway, it's a 3-cost blue sorcery common with casualty 1, which means it'll sack something with power 1 or greater, copy it. Tap target creature. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card. Well, if you clone that would actually be really interesting. This is pretty good. A lot of really unique, well-designed, interesting cards in this set so far, I have to say. There's enough to ruin it, and Standard's already a really bad, nightmare in need of about 5 or 10 bans. I mean, does anybody even want to play against Toski anymore, let alone any of the other stuff? Xanathar, anybody done with his stupid ass? So, that's a shame, and I'd say maybe it'll be good to draft. No, not with this many multicolor cards it won't. This will be borderline undraftable. Or at least such a high level of draft skill, I don't think people will casually do it just for fun. It'll be the tryhards, not the demanders on Arena. Everybody cheats at draft anyway. So, in my opinion, or whatever, doesn't get me sued. So next up, Metropolitan Angel. It's a blue-white angel soldier, apparently not a Sphinx. Okay. If you say so. And I've learned to completely trust translations anyway. Flying, and whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures with counters on them, draw a card. Oh, that's like a reverse Asperia almost. That is pretty damn spicy, but it takes a bit to line up. It's only a 3/1, but it's still 3/1 in the air. But it's only 1 toughness. But, okay, let's not bury the lead here. The angels show back up? How is this not a story spotlight card? Like, I care more about the lore at this point, not enough to actually read the story. Let's not get crazy, pump the brakes there. Okay, even I got myself with that one. But, like, I hope they kill everybody in the city with the depopulation, return, kill all the demons, and take it back over. I really hope so. Well, according to the bottom left of the card, the language here is CT, so if anybody from Connecticut can... I can't even take these seriously anymore. Can somebody verify the name of this and see if it's a Sphinx and not an angel? Although the flavor text is allegedly, power does not absolutely corrupt, angels are the living proof. Elspeth Tyrell. I think you mean Elspeth Maya Angelou Tyrell, because that's poetic as hell. Anyway, next up we got Bomb Expertise, which once again is probably not the English name, but whatever. 3 red, instant. I instantly, speaking of that, regret not just waiting 2 days that these come out in English, or writing my own API little HTML loop local thing to go grab it. Anyway, long story, but I could have an English version of this if I really wanted, by like tomorrow. But yeah, so players can't gain life this turn. Okay, because otherwise I hate that. That is not an appropriate counter for, white life gain decks, and they banned the last card to say that. Or a recent card, Frostodon. Anyway, players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Bomb Expertise deals 3 damage to any target. This is weirdly specific, like extremely unusually specific. I don't even know what to say about this. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's mistranslated. I don't know. Next up, Enemy Public. What are you doing over there, France? You already took part of Canada and somehow made being French worse. So anyway, Enemy public apparently translates to, oh, I guess I thought this was in English and it was a proper noun. Okay, hold on. Oh, shockingly enough, it translates to public enemy. So you could take this enchantment. Guys, I don't know French, but what I do know about the language is you have to really pronounce those vowels. It's very important. Like, you wouldn't say klein, you'd say kleine if it has an E on the end. I think this video might actually start World War III. I'm on like country number 5 that I'm pissing off. Anyway, it says toots-less creatures. How do you toot a creature? Is that like tapping it? Is it just French tapping? Are you tooting it? That kind of sounds like a French thing to do. Okay, anyway, all creatures attack enchanted creature's controller if possible. Oh, that's insane for Commander. Holy crap. Anyway, when enchanted creature dies, draw a card. Why / how is this even in standard? What would this even do in standard multiplayer? What, two-headed giant? In fact, that doesn't even work this way. This is literally a commander card, but I checked. This is not a commander card because there is a commander deck coming out. This ain't it. So yeah, you are forced to attaquer le contrôleur de la créature. I don't need to lose more subs. All right, moving on. It's Seraphine Fracasse. Oh, good. Another one from the White Flag people. And if you're about to say it's white, red, and blue, is it? Is it commonly? Anyway, 7 cost. White, blue, black. I already hate it. It has vol, which of course comes from the Latin, like volt or whatever, which means flying there. Happy you learned something else, I'm guessing at that. Welcome to CNN. Angel Rogue. What? Don't tell me the angels show back up in their dicks. Come on. I can't handle that right now. So when Shattered Seraphine enters the battlefield, gain 3 life. Okay, I mean, you paid enough for it and it's only 4/4. Then you pay 2. Exile this card from your hand. Obviously, you can only play it when it's in your hand. Target land gains. Tap, add one of the colors that this card is for as long as Shattered Seraphine remains in exile. You may cast Shattered Seraphine as long as it remains in exile. So that other card was awfully similar to this, so this must be some kind of really weird cycle, but like, these are not good. It's like mana fixing early, I guess, like, so it's kind of like cycling. This is just weird. Next up, it's either Queza or Keza, depending upon how they Romanized it, if they did correctly, which I guess is not really even the right term. You know what? These translations, my dudes. Anyway, Augur of Agonies. I'm just going to call him Questlove. So it's a troll colored, so white, blue, black. Cephalid Advisor. That can't be right. And whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Yeah, that's what we wanted to just hand over to Esper Control, which is now renamed Questlove Control. So I absolutely hate this. This is terrible. And I think it's more relevant outside of standard than in it, but this is just absolutely awful. A card draw rewarding pinger in a like card hoarding overdraw control deck that doesn't let you play shit. Wonderful. Great. Thanks, Wizards. I hate it. I absolutely despise that card. Next up, Obscura Interceptor. Oh, that's right. Okay, so you guys have to stop saying Esper because 1, it's Pokemon, and 2, holy shit, that's out of date. It's now called Obscura. So update your parlance, you stuck-up dickbags. Oh, and also, while you're at it, stop using these stupid, cutesy little nicknames. Nobody at F&M thinks it makes it sound cool. Anyway, this is a 4 cost. I already told you what color. 3/1, flash lifelink. Nice. And when it enters battlefield, it connives. When it connives this way, as opposed to conniving a different way, return up to 1 target spell to its owner's hand. I guess that actually makes sense. When the trigger is from the source of what we just said. I guess I can see why they didn't phrase it that way. So if it connives a different way, that doesn't go off. So, okay. I mean, so it's like a counter spell mixed with a flash lifelink creature, so it's also an ambush. This is like the Swiss Army card. Unfortunately, Swiss Army cards are kind of obnoxious, but when I say that, it's usually in reference to best of 3 paper F&M constructed standard. It's I'm going to sideboard my way out of anything, which is really annoying. This is just like a multi-use card, so it's a different type of Swiss Army. It's not one of these cards is the answer that shuts down your deck and I'm putting it in for the next 2 games. That's bad Swiss Army. So next up, Obscura Ascendancy. Oh, good, because the Ascendancy cards are usually really fair. Okay, it's a 3 cost. Great. It's a rare. What else is new? Oh my god. Whenever you cast a spell, if its mana value is equal to the number of soul counters on Obscura Ascendancy plus 1, put a soul counter on Obscura Ascendancy. So 1 would be 0, 2 would, but it has to be exactly 1, I should mention. It says equal, although, I mean, translation, so who knows. But yeah, put a soul counter on it, then create a 2/2 white spirit creature token with flying. And then as long as there are 5 or more counters on Obscura Ascendancy, all spirits you control get +3/+3. Also, I don't think 1910 was the spiritualism movement, I could be wrong. Bit of a mixed bag in this video anyway. So it's just get out spirit, get out spirit, get out spirit, boost them, which is literally what Hallowed, Haunted, whatever, I forget the name of the damn card every time, but that one spirit generator where you get out 7 enchantments and just win the freaking game because all your permanents, I was gonna say all your spirits, all your permanents get flying and vigilance. Yeah, that card's unstoppable. It needs to be banned immediately. It's absolutely unbeatable in both Historic Brawl and Standard Constructed. The card's disgusting. It is single-handedly promoting green-white enchantments to the moon. And the only thing that should be on the moon right now is Elon Musk's crazy ass and Dogecoin. So yeah, we didn't need another one, but like, it's 3 color. You could only play it in a 3 color deck. Unfortunately, that's a very popular card amongst immature, obnoxious assholes who like getting punched in the face at Friday Night Magic. What else is there to say? Next up, Body Cleaner. Okay, so I assume that's Windex. Anyway, it's a 4 cost black 3/3 Ogre Rogue. I almost said Ogre Rogue. You know what the hell? Let's go with that. It's an Ogre Rogue with Death Touch. And whenever another non-token creature you control dies, thank God they said non-token for once, Body Cleaner connives. I don't remember what it does. I literally already forgot. When Body Cleaner dies, return another target non-rogue creature card with equal or less power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, okay, this is pretty decent. I mean, it's powerful, but it's within reason. See, we need to see more stuff like this. Now, I might be way missing something, who knows? Connives might be amazing, but, like, this just looks good. And there's been a lot of really mellow mythics in this set, so I'll take it. Next up, Psychic Pickpocket, which... Is that what do you call him? Illithid or whatever? Is that a squid face? Is that... What is that? Oh, Cephalid. Okay, so they are in the city, but I don't think that was a Cephalid in the last one. I think that was a mistranslation. Anyway, Psychic Pickpocket. Boy, Wizard certainly is enamored by every little thing about what they believe to be, like, old-timey New York. Look, the one thing I wanted to see, besides some dope-ass Art Deco architecture, which that was given, is a news crier. Some kid with the little flat hat on saying, "Extra, extra, read all about it." That's all I wanted. And they give me squid face psychic pickpocketing someone. In the words of a great philosopher that I don't even need to name, what the hell is even that? So when Psychic Pickpocket, I think I said pickpocketer, whatever, enters the battlefield, it connives. Still don't remember what that is. Oh, to have a creature connive, draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, great. When it connives this way, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Oh, good, more bounce shit. Yay, great. Good thing it costs 5 and nobody will play it. If you play this for 5 instead of the 0/17 crab for 4, you have a really weird taste in blue cards. Also, why are you playing blue right now? It's shit. Next up, Illuminator Virtuoso, which just reading that, it literally could be in, I think, 4 different languages and still be called that. Maybe with a D instead of the T, but anyway. It's a 2-cost white 1/1 human rogue with double strike. Ooh, spicy. This is another fencing ace. But whenever it becomes the target of a spell you control, it connives. Oh, this is an upgrade for fencing ace. Holy crap, dude. This is going to my SEAL Team 6 deck in Modern. This is like the first upgrade I have ever seen for it in about 8 or 9 years. Also, somebody stole it, and if I find out who they are going to pay dearly, so I can't play with it in paper. RIP my, like, $200 deck. Isn't the Magic community great? So yeah, this is nutty in like a boost blitz ambush, but this is not going to be... I mean, I'm not going to say it's not played in Standard, but this is a Modern and Commander card all frickin' day. Hell, this is an Artisan card. Like, keep your eye on this thing. This is going to be nuts. Next up, Shakedown Heavy. It's a, oh wow, 3-cost 6/4 with Menace. Damn, Ogre Warrior, jeez. Whenever Shakedown Heavy attacks, defending player may have you draw a card. If they do, untap Shakedown Heavy and remove it from combat. Well, appropriate name. I do think this is a little bit too powerful though. Definitely. We have enough things like this between like that stupid Toxic Croak or whatever the hell his name is, stupid frickin' game-winning slug from hell. And there's the flying demon that turns everything into a flying 6/6 demon. We don't need another kill it now or let your opponent outdraw you 2-1 or lose the game in like 2 turns card, okay? We did not need this. This is ridiculous. Also not legendary, come on. Next up, Out of the Way. But do you know the way? If you do, my brothers. You pay 4, including 1 blue instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a green permanent. Oh good, color-specific shutdowns. One of the most unfair things that they promised they would remove from the game, and then they did and then brought it back. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand, draw a card. They need to stop doing this, and if you want the reason, go consult the reason they said they were going to stop doing this. I can give you a vague paraphrased quote direct from, I believe, Mark Rosewater. Who you sit down against and what they just by sheer luck happen to be running should not be a factor in the game. It should not be, oh, they have a green deck, now I have a huge advantage, or they're running a black deck, I have a dead card that does nothing. And yeah, this isn't quite that, but like Circle of Protection and Protection from blah, they said we're getting rid of all that because 1, people don't understand it, and 2, it's just luck, it's not player skill, and it's just, does my opponent happen to be running green? And I bet this is a cycle too, so yeah, this is just not a direction that they should go. Also, we don't need more stupid bounce shit, okay? They just banned, in the most recent standard banning, which was approximately a million years ago, Divide by 0, which is a bounce spell. If you ask me, they should have gotten rid of about 2 of the others too. And now we're getting formerly called Esper colors. So that's a perfect storm, and then we get this shit on top of it. So anyway, yeah, there's more spoilers today, but I'm kind of combining 2 days, I think, again, or something. I don't know, whatever. This video is too long, and I got crap to do. So I am going to edit this and upload it, and I will see you guys with more spoilers tomorrow.